Welcome to tonight's team call. Thank you so much for jumping on. Oh my God, I just noticed your hair. I love it. I just saw it when you turned. I didn't see your after picture. I love it. That's awesome. Rock it out, girl. I like it. Funky. Whoop, whoop. All right, so welcome to tonight's team call. It is Wednesday, May 3rd. It is a brand new month, a fresh start. So before we get into accolades and recognition for the month and a couple announcements, I want you to right now, before we even start this call, leave the shit at the door. You might not be where you want to be. You might be struggling to get on track. You might be feeling overwhelmed. Leave it at the door. I'm asking you to be open-minded tonight and to be open to knowing that you can do better and you can grow from where you are right now. Okay? This is an opportunity to move forward and to let go of maybe some of the things that have been holding you back. Okay? So with that said, I would like to first and foremost thank Tatiana so much for her call. I was finally had an opportunity and had Wi-Fi to sit down and really listen to her call today, and she did a phenomenal job for you girls last week. Awesome content, awesome topic, and we greatly appreciate the fact that she took the time to do some research and share that information with us. So thank you so much, Tatiana. That was really, really awesome, and I enjoyed that information, and I know that everyone else did as well, so that was really cool. Also would like to congratulate Marguerite for having Success Club points last month. That's super awesome. This month, I know that we all are going to do better and we're going to have some more numbers on the board. It's not about the numbers, you guys. That's just a measuring tool, but it's the fact that we are going to help more people this month, okay? We have an amazing opportunity with the extension of the All Access Pass for only $160. People get to work with you for an entire year and work towards their goals for $160. That's incredible. So we need to be sharing that with people and showing the value within that, okay? If you've had a hard time sharing that particular challenge pack, if you go to our files tab in our group and you go to Corey's inviting scripts, you will see exactly how I have been sharing that being what I would recommend to people. And then when they ask, well, how much is it? The breakdown of it. In that file, it might still say $199. You would just simply alter that to $160 when they ask for the price, okay? So there's a couple things there. Starting Monday through Friday, we are going to be hosting a team power hour. Even if you can't jump on for that entire hour, I encourage you to jump on and join us for as long as possible. It's going to be a little bit difficult for me to do because I still do not have an office, and finding space for me to work is very challenging. I can't work in my kitchen because it's attached to my office, and that's where Shauna's sleeping, but I'm going to make it work. No more excuses. If I have to do it in the basement, as long as my Wi-Fi connects there, we're doing it. I'm getting up, no more excuses, I'm making it happen, and I'm opening that to all of you so we can show up for one another, support one another, and getting up in that early morning routine and making our dreams come true, okay? So that will start this coming Monday, and that'll be Monday through Friday. We'll do a 6 a.m. to about 6:50 a.m. morning power hour, okay? And if you have not yet enrolled to go to Summit, there are still tickets available for $195. I don't know how much longer those are going to last, but I strongly encourage you to get on that boat. Get enrolled, talk to some of the girls on our team, see if we can't find you a room to share to help cut expenses, and to share a room with somebody, and know that all those expenses are a write-off for your business, and it is going to help you grow significantly. There's going to be some really awesome speakers happening and some really awesome topics going down, so I'm really excited for that. We just got to see the tracks open today. It's a little bit different format. Karina, I know you went last year. It's a little bit different format than it was last year. There are only 3 halls to choose from, so these venues must be much bigger. There are not 2 different tracks like there have been on in the past, plus all the different halls. There are 3 halls to choose from. I chose Hall F. Okay. Mainly because that's what Meg and her team is choosing, and I made a lot of friendships with those girls, and I would love for all of you to meet her team as well. They're all covering the same topics, so it's really not a big deal. It's just what time each topic is being covered, so it really doesn't matter too much. And I did pick the Chris Downing, which is the new Shift Shop workout. There's only one workout to choose from, or one day that you get to choose a workout. So pick whichever one you want to do. If you would like to do the Shift Shop, if that's still available next Wednesday, then I would love to have you join me on that one. Okay? So those are my announcements for today. We're going to go ahead and jump in to the team call. So as I said before, I'm asking you to leave everything at the door today. And let me just see. Yes, you're welcome. Just wanted to make sure that that wasn't somebody asking a question before I move forward from Summit. So I'm asking you to leave all the baggage and all the self-doubt at the door and to forget about it for this team call. Really ideally to forget about it forever. But for right now, for today's purposes, let's leave it at the door for the team call. While we were in Punta Cana, there were only 2.5 hours worth of sessions, and an hour or so of that was the elite panel, which I shared in our, I'm kind of freezing up, I hope. Is that better? Okay, I think I'm okay now. Okay, so they did the elite panel, which I shared in our team. I held my stupid phone and live recorded the whole thing so you guys could see it, because it was incredible information from top coaches in the business. And they started the panel by saying, like, what are some of the the limiting beliefs or the self-doubt that you have felt in the past, or maybe currently feeling, or you're working through as a coach. Maybe as a new coach, what did you feel? Now that you're a seasoned coach, we all go through phases, right? Just because I'm an experienced coach and I've been in this business for almost 5 years now, doesn't mean that I don't still go through waves of self-doubt and have to work through struggles and different things. So I don't want you to think that just because you're a newer coach, or maybe you feel stuck, that you're the only one that feels that way. Okay, because we all go through waves. Listening to 15-star diamonds on that panel, they still go through waves. Okay, there's times that we all feel a little bit of stress. We feel that stretching, or we feel that self-doubt. So you're not alone. We've all been there, and we all still go through that at times. So I just want to put that out there. So a couple things that like they were sharing is that they went through is the comparison game. You know, comparing themselves to others. They're not where they wanted to be yet. That they weren't good enough, that they couldn't be successful in the business, that they would never lose weight, that they weren't a good enough of a leader. All these different things are things that these people are throwing out there. Their spouses didn't give them support. Different things like that are all things that were holding them back, okay, or struggles that they were overcoming, some hurdles that they were struggling to overcome. So we've all been there, and I want you to know that everyone goes through their own journey and has their own struggles, just like with your nutrition and fitness. We all have our own hurdles. Life throws us curveballs from time to time, but it's how we respond and how we work through that that's going to make us or break us, okay? And it's working through those struggles that are going to create a stronger version of yourself, okay? It's going to allow you to experience those dreams that you want to have when you push back, rather than pulling back. Something they all had in common, that they said, 2 things that they all said. One, when things get tough, or when they feel like they're struggling, or they're doubting themselves, or they just can't find a rhythm, they dive into a program. They focus on being a challenger again. They go back to the basics. They dive into a program and they complete it start to finish, because they all agreed, and I agree myself, that when you're in a program, you feel better, you're taking strides forward, so you feel accomplished, and it's easier to share because you are feeling good. So if you feel like you're struggling in your business, or like you're having a hard time overcoming something, Dive into a program and make it happen, okay? Number 2 just left me, of course. So let me think on that for a second. Because they all said, crap, what did they all say? They all said that you have to dive back into a program, and I'm gonna have to think about it. So I'll go into my 5 tips while I think on that, because it'll come back to me. It'll probably be after we end the call. But it is, you know, getting into that program and making sure that you're diving in and being a challenger first, okay? That we overcomplicate things. So today, I would like you to ask yourself, are you really giving your all? And are you diving in? Oh, the other thing was, okay, so I told you it would come back. There it is. See, mommy brain. So number 2 is to lean in. When you feel like you're struggling, or like you're doubting yourself, or life is throwing you some curveballs and you want to throw in the towel, or you want to take a step back, lean into your team. Don't go MIA. Don't stop showing up on team calls. You might not feel 100% and you might not be on your A game, but surrounding yourself with the community and leaning into your team is going to help empower you to push beyond that hurdle. Okay? It's just like when one of our challengers is struggling. You don't tell them, well, if you're struggling with your nutrition, you probably shouldn't show up in the group. No. That's the last thing you would tell that person. The first thing they need to do is lean in and feel that support and that community around them to say, look, you might have had a really shitty day, but you have got this. If you keep showing up, you have got this. But you have to lean into your team. It is not my job. It is not Karina's job. It is not Michelle's job. It is nobody's job on this team to go chasing after people, because we all have things going on in life, you guys. Yes, do we check in on each other? Hopefully I'm not frozen, because you guys look frozen. I'm just going to keep rolling with it and hope we're okay. So lean in. Yeah, it says I'm unstable. Can you hear me now, you guys? Because you're now on frozen, so hopefully we're good. Now, I'm going to move a little bit and see if being a little bit closer. Don't mind my laundry. I was unpacking. Okay. Hopefully being that much closer makes a difference. We'll see. Okay, so lean into your team. Lean into all of us and know that we're all here for you, okay? So my 5 tips are, 1 is stop playing the comparison game. We all have different walks of life. We all have different journeys. We all have different hurdles. You can look at other successful coaches or top coaches and see what they're doing and say, hey, that looks like something I would like to do, and put your own spin on it, or try doing a video like them or something like that to be inspired by that person. But don't compare yourself, okay? Because those people had struggles too. We just don't know how long they've been at their game to be where they are right now. Okay, it doesn't happen overnight for any of us, but I think a lot of times we get caught up in seeing the success that people are having and forget about the grind that they went through to get there, right? So stop playing the comparison game. Allow people to inspire you and to motivate you, and see that success is something that can happen and that is very real, but that doesn't mean that you can't be there too, or that you should be comparing your step 1 to somebody's step 12. Okay? So number 1 is no more comparison game. Number 2, Tatiana talked about this, setting realistic goals. Setting goals for yourself that have a timeline on them. And if you're behind, you guys, I'll be perfectly honest, I still have a goal of elite for 2017. I'm really freaking far behind. But does that mean I'm going to say, oh, well, elite's not going to happen this year, so I'm just going to stick with diamond and give up on recruiting and sharing the opportunity? Hell freaking no. It means I need to get my head out of my ass and put my nose to the grindstone and work harder than what I have been. I mean, that's just the God honest truth, right? Set goals for yourself that are realistic with a timeline. but make them have a little bit of a stretch. You don't want to be stuck in this comfort zone all the time. It needs to be something that makes you a little bit uncomfortable so that you take action that you wouldn't normally take. Okay? So you do something bigger. What does Autumn always say? If you want something different, you got to do something different. Right? So making our goals just a little bit bigger than what we think are achievable to push ourselves outside of that comfort zone so that we nail the goal that we were originally shooting for. Okay? So number 2 is setting realistic goals, but allowing yourself to grow and to be stretched a little bit to obtain that goal. Number 3 is personal development. Making your personal development intentional. You guys, we talk about personal development all the time, but it's listening to team calls. It's showing up at live events. It's going to summit. It's making yourself believe enough that you can make success trips happen, that you can earn that. It's going to Super Saturdays. It's going when there's a super trainer going to be in the area and going. When your team is getting together, like we have a Halloween party every year because that seems to be a good time for everybody. Lean into your team. Make sure you're plugging yourself in. I can't tell you enough how this past weekend, not just because we were in the Caribbean and that was amazing, but being surrounded by all of those inspired dreamers and those people who are willing to put the work in, that just fills you up, you guys. It fills your cup up and you come back and you're just like, you're ready to hit the ground running, okay? There's so many things during life and during the day that drain us, different stressors, maybe money, maybe the kids, maybe you just have a lot going on in your life right now and it drains you. You don't have to fill yourself back up by yourself. Unfuck yourself. You're awesome. Yes, for sure. I mean, like, you have to though. Like, oh, that's the book you're reading? Nice. I saw a quote that I shared not that long ago. It says, go unfuck yourself. And it's true though. Like, stop putting all these limitations on yourself. Society puts enough limitations on us, and people around us put enough limitations on us. If we don't start believing in us and letting go of that, nobody else is going to do it for us. You guys, we have to do it ourselves. So diving into your personal development, making your books intentional. Yes, plugging into team calls is great, and listening to podcasts is great too. But you definitely want to make sure that you're also reading something for 10 minutes a day, okay? That you're making sure that you're being intentional with your time, because listening to podcasts and team calls you can listen to while you're driving or doing laundry or showering or whatever, and you're listening, but you're not really in it, right? You're just kind of letting it go in one ear, kind of taking it in, and you might have some aha moments, but when you sit down and read a book for 10 minutes, that's it, 10 minutes a day, it's a whole new world to empowering your mind and putting that positivity into your mind, okay? So number 3 is doing personal development, making sure you're making it intentional and you're getting to live events, okay? Getting to Super Saturdays, getting to events with live trainers, going to Summit, signing up for freaking Success Club trips, you guys. Just do it. I so regret not believing in myself to think that I could earn those trips for the last 2 years. Like, I would have earned both of those trips the last 2 years completely free and didn't believe in myself enough. Going this weekend was incredible. So do that. Don't make the same mistake that I did and hold off. Do it now, and that gives you something to work towards. To go to Riviera Maya for free, other than your flight. Like, that's pretty freaking cool, right? That you could go on a 5-day trip, have a $750 credit to buy things while you're there and do different activities and stuff like that on an all-inclusive trip. So do it. Believe in yourself to get to events like that, okay? Number 4, what did Tatiana talk about? Her topic, a success partner, but finding the right one. You might go through a couple, and that's okay. it doesn't, it just like she said, it was the perfect analogy saying it's like dating. You don't marry the first person that you date. Good Lord, we would all be in really big trouble if we had married the first person that we dated. I know I would be for sure. Big trouble. But finding that person that's the right balance for you, and don't be afraid to talk with people, and getting yourself to those live events is going to allow you to open communication and talk with new people, okay? To make new connections and find people that are going to offset your weaknesses and help to push you in the direction that you want to go, okay? So finding a success partner is number 4. Those people are going to help empower you and are going to know kind of what you're going through too, especially if you're finding somebody that's in a similar situation as you. Much like Tatiana said, you know, an emerald coach is not going to go out and ask a 5-star diamond to be their success partner, because you're not going to have a whole lot in common with where you are in the business at that point in time, right? But an emerald and maybe a ruby could pair up, or maybe even an emerald and a diamond that has a shaky diamond, but you can help push one another, okay? Number 5 is being a strong leader. So in order to be a strong leader, can you guys hear me? Because okay. Your face looks like you were looking for something, like you couldn't hear me, and my Wi-Fi keeps freezing up. So to be a strong leader. So Scotty Hobbs said something while he was on the Elite Hannah. Yeah, Hannah is froze. But you were kind of looking like you maybe couldn't hear me, so I just wanted to make sure. So Scotty Hobbs said something, and for me it really resonated, because until the last couple months, I was really struggling with, am I a good leader? Am I a strong enough leader? Am I good enough to be 5-star, to lead a team to that kind of success, to help people reach diamond? Because it hasn't happened yet. So I was really struggling with that. So Scotty Hobbs said that was something that he really struggled with, was, you know, believing in himself as a leader and knowing that he was a good leader. And he said, and that might be something, I'm sharing this because it might be something that you all are struggling with. Maybe you're an emerald. Maybe you're struggling to be an emerald because you're like, well, I don't know how to lead people because I haven't had much success yet, or I don't know how to be successful yet. So he said, when you look in the mirror at night and you say, if my coaches did what I did today, would they be successful? And if you can answer that question honestly by saying yes, then you are a great leader. Don't get wrapped up in all the noise and all the fluff of the business and micromanaging people to be a good leader. Leaders lead from the front. So if you are answering that question with a no, then I go back to how we started this call. Go back and lean into your team. Be present in your team and dive into your program, okay? Make yourself a challenger again. Once you become a challenger again, you can move forward into that leadership role. But if you're not doing the behaviors, we cannot expect people to follow us and believe that they can do it too. And our coaches are not going to believe that they can do it too, because they're following our lead. So we can only ask them to do what we're doing, right? So work on those things. Be honest with yourself. Understand, where are you at right now and where do you want to be? What are those daily actions that need to start taking place more consistently for you to be on a better page, or to be able to answer that question at the end of the day? Yes. If my coaches did what I did today, they would be successful. Okay? And the last thing that I want to leave you with tonight is Carl got up and shared a very heartfelt message at the end of his part of sessions this weekend. And it's very true. And I know that we talk about it a lot, but he kind of said it in a different way that just really was like, it's true for me, and it kind of hit home. So There's a lot of things that you guys could be doing for a side hustle. There are a lot of things out there that you could be doing to, I got it. Oh, you got it. Okay. There are a lot of things that you could be doing to make extra cash. There are a lot of things that you could do to make money. They were even teasing that there's,
I did.
You did, but I don't know, it came undone again. Okay, now you're good again. They were even teasing that, like, driving through LA, there was, and I'm sure there's some around here too, but like on the telephone poles, there's like, make $20,000 a month by calling this number, blah, blah, blah. Because there's all kinds of shit you could be doing if you just wanted to make money. But I, in my heart, believe that you are here for a reason. Because what we do is not just make money. What we do is an opportunity to change people's lives. To change their lives and inspire them to be healthy and happy and live in a much better financial state than what they are currently in. That's an amazing thing. That's purpose and passion, along with making extra money or replacing your income, whatever that looks like for you. You guys, Melissa Ludwig has shed 109 freaking pounds. Like, that's incredible. That shit doesn't just happen. That happened because she had a coach who happens to be her sister, hold out her hand and say, let's do this together, and helped her every step of the way when she felt like she couldn't believe in herself. Every single one of us has the opportunity every morning when we wake up to do that for someone. Every single one of us. To do that for ourselves, to do that for those around us, to do that for our family members. That's some pretty awesome shit. So I don't know about you, but it's not about the money for me. Yes, the money's great, and I have some really big financial goals, but this opportunity is so much more than that. And that was his point. This opportunity has something of purpose to impact and change people's lives. It's not just about money, because if you wanted money, you would have dropped off and went to the wine business. Or you would have dropped off to went and sell Unique or whatever. You know, there's so many different freaking things out there. Do what you were born to do. You guys all have awesomeness inside you. You might not see it right now, and you might find yourself struggling, but you do. You do. You're all amazing people. I truly love and every single one of the people on our team. And I believe that every single person on our team has a huge heart and has a lot to offer. It's us that's standing in our own way. So just like I said at the beginning of the call, leave that baggage behind you and take a fresh start. I don't care if you're where you thought you were going to be in May of 2017, because we're almost halfway through the year already, which is freaking crazy. How quickly time is going. Don't waste any more time. Don't. Do it for you. Do what you were meant to do. Not just another day on the grind just because you have to. Live your life and start doing it now. Let the baggage go. Let the feeling of failure go and move forward. Really quick, that brings kind of an emotional story to me really quick before if you have any questions. If you are not excited about Shift Shop, girls, it looks tough. I'm not going to lie. It was tough when I did it, but he is freaking amazing. He preaches to you the entire time you're working out. He had every single one of us in that room in tears because he lays it out to you. And when you feel like you have nothing else to give, he is telling you, I am. You are beautiful. You are strong. You are good enough. Everything under the sun. Because he wants every single person to believe in themselves. And that is his mission. It's not for people to lose weight. It is for people to believe in themselves and to feel good in their own skin. So while we were working out with him over the weekend, he asked somebody to come up on stage to do a certain move that he was doing with all of us. And she had on shorts and a sports bra, and she had taken her tank top off because it gets hot in there with 800 other people or whatever was in that room at the time. You get sweaty and hot. So she had taken her tank top off, and she started to go up the stairs, and she came back. She stopped and turned around as he was talking to her. She stopped and turned around, went back down the stairs and grabbed her tank top and was coming up the stairs trying to unfold it really fast so she could put it on before she got to the top of the stage where she was going to be in front of 800 people. And he said, "What is that? What is that?" And he grabbed it out of her hands and he said, "Oh, hell no." He goes, "You are beautiful." And he started empowering her with every beautiful, you are, you're strong, you're good enough, you're amazing, you are. And then we all started empowering her. And she just bust into tears because she didn't think she was good enough. And you guys, she looked amazing. She had abs. She had some extra skin because she probably either lost a lot of weight or she has babies. But who gives a shit? And he said right there, that's fear. And what did fear do? Nothing. And every single one of us empowered her and surrounded her. And that is what we are about, you guys, to see that right in front of you while she's on stage was incredibly emotional, and it was an empowering moment. And that's what I want to leave you with. That's what we have the opportunity to do for ourselves and to do with others every single day. So quit listening to all the noise and the bullshit and start empowering yourself. Look in that mirror and say, I am strong, I am beautiful, I am enough, and I am here. Start your morning with I am. I love you. We're all tearing up now. It was a very empowering, incredible moment though. So if you have the opportunity, if you can get in his workshop live, I strongly encourage you. Don't think about how hard it's going to be, because you know what? You're going to show up and you're going to do your best. And that's all that matters. But to experience him live is beyond incredible. So, all right, girls. I hate to leave you teary, but I wanted to share that with you because it was pretty cool. You girls have any questions? No? All right. I appreciate you all. I really do. I love you all. I'm proud of you all for being here every week. I really am. Allow that to empower you. Start fresh tomorrow. Right now, right this moment, start fresh. Make your plan for tomorrow. What are you going to do? What are you going to do for you that's going to change your life? Is it going to take some time? Yes. But what can you start doing right now, every single day, to empower yourself to be different? Don't just be here in a year from now. Grow and be closer to where you want to be in a year from now. Okay? All right, loves. You're welcome, welcome, welcome. I love you all. Have a great night. And number 5, yes, was to be a strong leader. To empower yourself, to know that you are a strong leader if you're showing up every day. Okay? All right.